There is only world peace where there is power to preserve order among nations. And the retaliatory power of the Strategic Air Command of the United States Air Force is the greatest deterrent to general war there is in the world today. Its nuclear-armed bombers and missiles stand ready to counterattack any aggressor unwise enough to start a general war among the nations of our world. Many SAC bombers carry missiles to increase their strike range. Some carry decoys to multiply the number of targets an enemy's radar would see. There are jet tankers which can refuel bombers outbound for the other side of the world and again on our side to get them home. Nuclear-tipped missiles buried underground will survive all but a direct nuclear hit. Half of the combat-ready bombers and tankers are poised for takeoff within minutes. In addition, some are always airborne along special routes, ready for orders that would send them to their targets. This force is supported by more than 250,000 men, working at more than 75 bases throughout the world. So that we can use this mighty force most effectively, our President, wherever he is, has immediate communication with the SAC Commander-in-Chief through the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the radio and telephone networks of the National Military Command System.
General, this is Senior Controller. You're wanted on Mobile.
The SAC Commander has the same immediate contact with all his forces through the SAC communication system. We shall see how this network can swing SAC's armada into action within seconds and control it. But first, let's see how it is used routinely to maintain SAC's high combat-ready levels and alert status. Deep beneath SAC headquarters is a 3-story structure. Its entrances are guarded by specially selected and specially trained air policemen. The building's roof and walls are thick concrete. The steel doors can shut out above-ground environment and seal in a pressurized atmosphere. Decontamination locks allow safe entrance and exit in case of hot radiation outside, while special air conditioners supply fresh air and filter out nuclear contamination. These huge diesel-powered generators can meet the underground electricity needs if commercial sources fail. There's enough food to support personnel for an extended period. Fresh water comes from deep wells. Except in actual or simulated emergencies, the doors are open, and this is merely an office building, housing key operational elements of Strategic Air Command headquarters. On the top and middle floors of the underground is Weather Central, where specialists assemble meteorological facts and record them on global weather maps around the clock. In the teletype relay center, messages are sent to and received from SAC units, other commands, and headquarters United States Air Force. Here, too, they repeat in writing every important voice message sent out to SAC units by command post radio or telephone. Priority and operational telephone communications are handled through special leased lines reaching throughout the world. In the Communication Status Center, skilled technicians monitor the command's communication circuits and keep them operating. Actual command and control of the SAC force takes place at the lower level, deep below ground. Here you have to pass a final security control point where you must be recognized by the guard or by someone inside who sees you on television. This office receives a constant flow of messages reflecting the status of SAC's widely dispersed forces. This information is fed into computers where analysts constantly evaluate SAC versus enemy strength as they relate to emergency war plans. Critical data from the computers can be displayed quickly on screens in the command post. Displays are vital for briefing the commander and the battle staff on daily operations, exercises, or national emergencies. Also at the lower level, deep below ground, are an intelligence situation room and another where operations plans and the Joint Strategic Target Planning staff keep the strategic war plans integrated. Here are the facilities and personnel which the SAC Commander-in-Chief uses continuously to control or monitor SAC operations. The command post has high-speed communications with all SAC units and aircraft and with other Air Force commands and key personnel everywhere. At the far right are the duty controllers. One officer, always a major or lieutenant colonel, and two non-commissioned officers. They are widely experienced in all phases of SAC bomber, refueling, and missile activities, and in controlling day-to-day operations of the force. Each duty controller has landline, cable, and radio circuits to all SAC units. Through these circuits, the controllers receive and pass information about SAC flights, aircraft and missile status, location of key personnel, suspected sabotage reports, and many other facts. They monitor airborne alert aircraft. They follow SAC reflex aircraft, bombers that move to forward bases for short stays of alert duty. And they execute surprise operational readiness inspection tests that SAC inspectors spring on units to measure just how ready they are for combat. This system is manned by the senior controller, a full colonel who is authorized to act under the direction of the SAC commander in the control and execution of the SAC force. He controls several panels. One has the gold phone. Through it, the senior controller and the duty officer at the National Military Command Center in Washington have a direct link with one another. Through this network, all major military commands in the world and the highest level key government personnel can communicate immediately. The President and the Joint Chiefs might seek information from SAC over this network. White House orders to prepare for or go to war would be relayed through this phone. With this red phone and its panel, the senior controller can put the commander in immediate individual or conference contact with subordinate commanders, with the North American Air Defense Command in Colorado Springs, and Headquarters United States Air Force in Washington. Wherever he goes, the SAC commander is always within reach of the gold or red telephones or their radio telephone extensions.